Alright, okay, something new for today. Bringing massive value, as I would say. Giving thanks every time. Don't worry or stress your mind. Searching, you will find what you want to see, so just look to where you want to be. You're going to see it when you believe it, not the other way around. So do your best not to get down and just stay up. Keep your mind on what you want, where you want to be. Give thanks for everything, because even the things that you don't like are helping guide you to the light, to the right spot. Even though you might not see it and it might not seem like it. You know, at times it seems like evil can take over and exist, but that's always only for a time. It never lasts. It's all part of the balance, all part of the math. So tune in for something new. It's like an abundance class. What I'm doing today is should be finishing up the design. That's something I really wanted to take my time and do, and I did it yesterday pretty good. Went and got the main style for the design done for the homepage. Now I just want to apply it to everything else, and then hopefully I get into some marketing stuff after that. But I mean, this is really like, I'm feeling it. Like, this is like, the business is like set up, and I'm just doing like the final polish stuff. So, you know, feeling good about the progress, giving thanks every time for abundance. And you know, this kind of business is like longevity. I plan on having it around for a long time, so it's not making fast money. That's going to come over time. I'm all about providing value. Not putting my mind on the money right now. Just know I'm building something epic. Know I'm building something big. And thanks and praise I will give to the Most High for this inspiration, for this creation. So, you know, making sure the stream is right. Looking good to me from what I see. Volume coming through good. So now I would lay down the plan. Gotta align the design stack. Firing up the editor and locking in the grid. Matching up the brand new style that yesterday I did. From the front facing landing page down to the interstate. I'm aligning every interface to look incredibly great. No more broken patterns or mismatched UI lines. Wrapping the whole ecosystem in world-class clean designs. Unify the CRM and the marketing tools too. The marketing and the CRM dashboards are stepping up the pace, catching the exact same aesthetic to dominate the space. Standardizing components, the padding, and the dark mode theme, making the transition between pages smooth and clean, ensuring that the data and the visuals align, constructing a cohesive digital fortress of my own design. I don't build in scarcity or rush the outer shell. Take the time to architect a product that will actually sell. While people trying to copy and chase trends and find that money fast, I'm crafting foundational software that is built to last. The digital landscape holds an infinite massive pool of wealth, and I aim the equity with execution speed. And I always give thanks for good health. So this has been about, I think, 83 days of showing up and crushing through the grind, leaving every single doubt and limitation far behind. I noticed they dropped off for, it's been a long time. They were out there, the doubters were out there, and they gave up. I feel like maybe around day 50 is rare. I maybe see one of them a week now. I would see like 5 to 10 of them a day coming through, just trying to tell me something new about how I wasn't going to make it. But you know, they didn't know what I've been through and that I could easily take it. And I just laugh every time, and it just gives me more inspiration and more strength. Because I know it's powers of the earth, powers of karma. Got my back with everything I do. So I just stay true to the one boss. Give thanks every time. No man-made system on earth can stop my grind and stop my shine. It's only Jah that I give thanks every time. Jah is the ruler, Jah is the leader, so, you know, sit within the top percentage because the dedication never drops. Every line of clean code I ship is just a step up to the top. The momentum is a flywheel spinning heavy, clean, and bright, protecting the digital real estate with absolute power tonight. So go ahead, turn it up, let the energy ignite. Welcome into the stream, locking the vision tight. Smash the follow and the like. Let the metrics start to spike. Drop a comment in the stream if you know what abundance looks like. Respect to the Joker every time. Where's the glasses? Sitting right in front of me. I just take them on and off, you know, when I'm inspired to. When I feel called to wear them, I wear them. So, you know, I was watching that NBA game, watching game 1, and I had to turn it off at halftime. I'm like, man, this is over. But you know, I think it's still probably go to game 7. I think the refs are kind of doing their thing to let San Antonio win this one. But anyways, yeah, getting into it, starting the work, and forgot to even ask, how you doing, the Joker? Why you call yourself the Joker too? I've seen you a few times on the stream, and you got the whole Joker photo. You got the name and everything. So what's your origin story, as they would say in the comics? How did you get to be the Joker? I'm doing all right, you know, feeling good, doing what I should. So as you can see, this is what I did yesterday with the design. Landing page looking a lot better, more professional. Just got to get it to like apply to everything. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Alright, so it's a new day, a new stream, and what I want to do is I want to apply this design to the rest of the site, and then apply it to the marketing dashboard and the CRM dashboard, just so they're both like on brand. Let's start with the other pages of this site. So you know, I've got the Claude design. I don't have that open right now, but let me know what I need to do. According to you, what do you think is the best way to accomplish what I'm trying to do? So you changed your name, looking at the Joker in the chat. Change your name, and now you're too lazy to update it. I'm using the max plan of Claude. But why change your name to the Joker though? That's what I'm saying. Like, why the Joker out of anything? Do you identify? I mean, for all I know, you could actually be the Joker, right? Could be the man in the flesh. Never know. But either way, respect every time. Good to see you here. And hopefully you get some value. So yeah, using the max plan of Claude, and I think you know, I just got the regular plan on Codex, but I'm starting to see more value in Codex, and I'm thinking of upgrading that soon. And got to get the base plan for Gemini just to see what that can do. But you know, I was like trying to learn Claude as much as I could before I went on to other platforms and started building with other platforms, so like I would actually know Claude to know if the other ones were better, and not have to, like, you know, try to focus on learning like multiple different coding tools at the same time. But now the updates come out so much more frequently that it's like, it's hard to feel like I'm catching up. But at the same time, I mean, I'm done building like the first business other than the design and then just like upgrades. Like, I built the foundation for this first business, and it'll just keep getting better. So How about you, Joker? Do you building stuff, you just learning, you've been a developer for a while. What is the story? Maybe I can help you in some way. Who knows? That's awesome. So like Claude Design already did the work of getting the design. It looks like I don't need to go back to Claude Design. I can just work in the code base and basically like have Claude build the rest of the site out to match the landing pages, what it looks like, and everything else too. Okay, so when I was talking about the marketing pages, I was talking about the marketing dashboard. Just a small thing. Out of everything else you said looks good, but basically it sounds like I just need to work in the code base to like match everything up in the Stackivate app main project, which I have open. The marketing dashboard and the CRM are both on different repos and different projects. And I know the marketing dashboard has a different stack, and I believe the CRM does as well. And for now, let's just start with the actual main project with Claude, and help me out with the prompts that I would need. I don't know if I need to just do one page at a time or just like one prompt for everything. Let me know what you think is best for this task. So what is my process when using Claude? Depends on what I'm doing. I'd have to say mainly, do the code, do an edit or audit. But definitely depends on what I'm doing. You'd have to be more specific, as into like parts of the process, what kind of tasks, stuff like that. Saying do it phase wise. Uh, Phases for what? Like phases of building this project right here. I would have to say, building out, the stone the builder refuses will always be the head cornerstone. So building out the foundation is the head cornerstone, and that's the most important part. A lot of people all about trying to build a whole project in one go, but I'll make sure that I take my time and build the main foundation out one function at a time, and after each function is built, I go and do the bugs and the security and everything like that, because everything I build on top of that is going to rely on the main foundation being built right. So like for this design process, I'm going to have Claude audit everything first, then do it page by page, and do it on a branch. I'll have each page done on a branch first, and review it. And I haven't really used branches that much, other than for design stuff. So it just goes to show, I mean, each like all this business stuff, like I saw this from the start. This is one of the main reasons, because like, you know, I've used a lot of the CRMs even before, like HubSpot. I've followed marketing, studied marketing for a long time. I've tried out a lot of the main marketing systems. And I understand their biggest flaws. They're all like the same system for every business that runs on them. So I'm like, I can build my own customized business systems. Like, I'm getting into this. This is money. This is major. And every system's different. Every system's going to have a different stack. Every process is going to have a different phase, different flow. Oh, so I'm going to tell you right now, Joker, there's no links that can be pasted on here in the chat. And if you did manage to get one up, I wouldn't even click it. If you have a Google, I can do a Google search and then I can look it up if it's on Google. But for security reasons, I do not click any links off the chat. So you have a process, you have a implementation plan. So you start with PRD, TRD, app flow, DB schema. Definitely act as a senior UI UX designer. So once I get this design down, I should ask it about the UI, the UX. Because I definitely got the design down yesterday. Like, that part's done, I feel like, for version 1. There's more I can do, but I'll wait till version 2. But thank you for that. That is definitely a good way to look into the UI and UX stuff. A marketing site. Oh, that's how I was telling it. Alright, so just to remind you, this is not the marketing site. This is the main Stackivate app. So that first prompt for the marketing site, that's wrong. This is not the marketing dashboard. This is the main app. So go ahead and recreate these prompts. And if you can write out the prompt, so it's in, I don't know what it's called, but before you've been able to write out the prompt, so it's in a box so that I can just like click copy the whole thing instead of having to like copy and paste everything and scroll through it, that would help too. Responsiveness, user experience principles, and visual reference make it clear enough for AI App Builder to follow. I appreciate, Joker, you're trying to send me these documents, but I'm not gonna open them unless they're on Google, unless I can search for them online. Tie game going into the fourth quarter. I used to have too many good ideas. Now, feels good to know that I can build out all these businesses and do all the businesses that I always wanted to do. And I don't even need a whole crew. Just I and AI. But you know, as soon as that money starts to flow, put it right back into the business. Right back into hiring people. Come on, Pressel, no more lyrics. Hey, thanks for that, Joker. Thanks for sending that email. I appreciate so many people gone out of their way to be so helpful. Help me along the way, so, you know, having that intention, I feel like, of providing value with these businesses and this stream has already came back to me in so many ways. The abundance and other people trying to help too. Because you know the teaching of abundance, it's like the opposite of scarcity. It's enough out here for everyone. Can all create great things. And just gotta stay focused. Do what I enjoy doing. I mean, I enjoy, like, cause I know so many people like see investing as like so boring, and I think they just really, you know, have been forced on them a way to do investing that is just boring to them. And I've, like, you know, self-taught myself investing, and I really enjoy business, and I really enjoy trends. So investing to me is really, really fun and exciting because, you know, I'm basically like betting on businesses and learning a lot about how businesses run, how it affects their stock price, things like that. To me, it's super, super fun. But if I were to invest the way that most people are taught to invest and not have found my own unique style, then I would probably be super bored with it. I would probably be like yawning and falling asleep trying to learn about it. So that's a major hurdle that I see a lot of people have. But if they'd use Stackivate and they help create their own style. There we go. I saw that. I was watching the first quarter and I was like, man, the Knicks, I think they're going to win game one at least, if not the series. But then I saw Brunson get hurt and I was like, dude, if Brunson doesn't come back, they're not going to win this game. But, you know, then I did my transport thing, got to the next place, turned the game back on, saw Brunson was back. Sure enough. All right. Alright, I ran the first prompt. I haven't run the second prompt yet. I'm going to give you the results of the first prompt, and then let me know where to go from there. It looks like it did a really good job of covering the whole site and seeing where things are not in alignment. Joker is a software engineer. Sounds like, yeah, you've already helped me today in that area. Coming through with good instructions on what I'm going to do. I mean, the design stuff I already took care of yesterday, but I can definitely tell the way you are phrasing. Basically, a prompt for the UI and UX is something I could have Claude do, and that phrasing will help. See if it can find anything it can make better. But basically, for this design, I just need to like apply it to everything, and then I can go in the UI and the UX. And any specific business questions, if you want to know more about that, you know, feel free to ask me whatever it is. And, you know, the more information you give me, the better answer I can give you. But I understand, like, most people really don't want to talk about their businesses. Just like when I was, like, in the music game, around a lot of musicians, like, most of these musicians weren't trying to talk about their new song, the new album, until it was done. And, like, I get it. I mean, like, it's however people want to pursue their goals and their vision. That's up to them. This is what I was thinking. I need to do: update the design MD. Looking at the chat, I have done that. I have tests in place. Every time I do a new feature, it adds on more tests for that new feature. And almost everything I do, it runs the test afterwards. That definitely helped a lot. That definitely helped a lot with finding less bugs. I think is the main thing I noticed when I started running those tests. And it's just crazy because from the start, you know, so many people have come through with these, you know, tools that they've made. And it's like every time someone kind of creates a tool and someone figures out a way to make Claude work better, it's like the next update, Claude just like builds that into their update. And you know, I get it, because like, you know, a lot of business sense is like, you know, the gold rush is like the people who got richest on the gold rush weren't the people who dug the gold. It was the people who sold the shovels and the gear for the miners. So, you know, a lot of people are building out features and wrappers and stuff that they can put on Claude and Codex and other agents to make them better. But I feel like that's a never-ending game. You're in competition with the giants. You're in competition with Anthropic and OpenAI. And they're always watching. They got teams, research and development out there watching everything everybody's doing. And they can just see what people are building, and then they can just go and like implement it into their own system. So, I mean, it's a corporation. They're going to work slower. Or hierarchy and stuff, but at the end of the day, like, I mean, you could like build that system and like implement it quicker than they probably could because of their structure system, but it's just a matter of time, I think, before they're gonna come out and just implement it, so it does it automatically. And then you're just gonna have to like find the next one and keep doing that. So you're saying NVIDIA is really selling the shovel. So let's see, NVIDIA, probably the chips. I know the chips were big, but now NVIDIA is also getting into, what was that called? NVIDIA, I think they did their own like version of like a Mac Mini for AI. And also, I think they were working on like their own agent system too, or maybe already released it. But what do you see? What do you see from NVIDIA as being like their main product or service that you think is gonna last throughout this whole like AI, I would say, beginning trend? Because I mean, AI is like a lot like the internet when it first came out right now. A lot of people don't understand it very well. A lot of people aren't using it. Then a lot of the media is like demonizing it. When people started first building stores on the internet, their biggest obstacle was most people were like worried about putting their credit card information into the internet. So I mean, AI is kind of, I'm seeing that same pattern in a lot of ways. That's what I said. I said the Knicks are going to come back and take it down. I didn't even need to watch it. All I needed to do was watch that first quarter. I think NBA is going to try to take it to Game 7, but I'm going to say right now, Knicks in 6. I like how that sounds. Knicks in 6. So you're seeing the chips too. Their latest chip is very small, containing both GPU and CPU. Every laptop will be slim soon. That's what I want to see. It was crazy how my old laptop I had was like, I mean, it was still like 4 years old, but it was like top of the line when I first bought it. And I mean, I used to build computers, so I understand that stuff like relatively well. But as soon as I started streaming and using AI, especially for like creating like videos and like images and animations and stuff, my laptop felt like it was like super old. And got a new desktop. I really like it. It should I think it should be alright, at least for the next few years. But I bet you I'm waiting to get a new laptop. I want to get a laptop that does everything and more that my desktop can do without overheating. And I bought a lot of Nvidia stock like, I don't know, a year and a half ago. Maybe like halfway through the bull run. And I think I might have even took some profits, but that's one. Like, I know a lot of the main stocks had some pretty big bull runs over the past like 2 years, year and a half. And that's one. Like Google, I took more profit on because I'm not so sure. I think that, you know, they're one of those companies that like, just the fact they're like almost too big to fail and they've got so much cash that like I don't really have to worry. But like Apple is like same thing, but do I see Apple as having like considerable growth? I don't think Apple could double its price over the next like 5 to 10 years. I mean it could, but I would be very surprised. Nvidia though, Nvidia is like one of those companies. I mean, it's like Google, Meta, Apple, Nvidia, Amazon. That's kind of Amazon with their like their like cloud stuff. I can see that. Which one am I planning? Not sure which one in regards to companies. Not sure about what you're asking with your question there, Joker. Think just have to be more specific, like which one what. And there's a lot of companies that like try to get on the AI hype thing with the stocks. You know, just random companies just attaching AI to the end of their name. But I think people learned their lesson from the .com bubble, and it didn't work. Like, there definitely was like a spike in all AI companies for a little bit, but nothing like what happened in the .com bubble with like, you know, all these people just like bought a domain name and like did like minimum product MVPs and they were able to just drive their stock price up like crazy. Oh, which laptop am I planning? I'm not sure. I'd have to wait and see what's all out there. Man, my last one was Lenovo. I like that Lenovo. I've always liked Windows better than Mac. You know, I feel like over the next like year or two, like the technology is gonna get so much better that probably not a good idea to plan right now. Probably that's more going to be like wait and see how things like play out. And then go from there. I'm not sure if Nvidia makes its own laptops or just the chips. Oh, it's not even close now. $94 to $86. Yeah, I feel like the Knicks have been getting way too close to the finals to, you know, everything just kind of came in alignment for San Antonio. And they made it in. I mean, they played hard, but I think there were a lot of circumstances that just happened to work out for them, and they found their way into the finals. I think they'll be back, you know. But New York, they've been just like the last like 5 years. I feel like maybe like 4 years have been just almost making it to the finals, and I feel like they're like way more hungry. You gotta be hungry. I feel like they've been training harder, longer. San Antonio's a newer team. New York's gonna have a better team chemistry than San Antonio. Just the chip. So yeah, Nvidia, that's what I was thinking. They're not actually making they make the chips for the laptops, but they don't have like their own laptop company. They probably stand to make way more with the chips than they could by like dedicating any of their production to laptops, because their chips are so high in demand. From what I understand, like they can barely keep up with demand. So I mean, if they were to go and like dedicate their resources to making laptops, that would just like probably bring down their whole bottom line, because less resources going towards creating chips, which is a lot of businesses have taken downturns because they try to expand, and then they start losing income, and then they realize they need to just go back to their roots, back to the one product or service that was making them the most money from the start. And they do that, and then they start flying high again. Yup, just like the shovel, the modern day gold rush. The chips are the shovels. It's all about the chips and the agents. It's going to be interesting to see if how things play out over the next like 2 to 3 years between Anthropic and OpenAI. Will one of them like clearly take the lead? Will they still be like neck to neck? And that's what I'm hoping. I really hope that they just like keep competing really like hard against each other. And they keep one-upping each other like every other week or every month, kind of how it is right now. Because this is making technology just go crazy. I mean, you know, if it were only OpenAI or only Anthropic, I feel like these updates would be coming out like not even like not as quick as they are. They wouldn't be as good and they wouldn't be as quick. They're both racing to be better than each other, but I mean, That's good for us. But for them, they're sounds like both of them are burning through cash more than they're making it right now, in the hopes that, you know, one of them takes a clear lead in the future and becomes the dominant one in the market. Forgot to switch it over to auto mode. Alright, game's getting close. Slide in a moonwalk. Was saying though that game one, it was alright. Could have been worse. But definitely the Western Conference Finals, I feel like, was gonna be the most exciting series in the playoffs. I think that was the best matchup. Try out some new channels. Alright, I'm about to post the first question it has. And I think I want to go with collapsible. From what I understand, that'll show it, but then like you can collapse it. And the other options are to either like have it start collapsed, which I don't want, or keep it static, which I don't 100% understand. I guess that's how it is now. So then that means you can't collapse it, I guess. But I don't know. I mean, what is the best for UI and UX in your opinion? Because this is like pricing, so let me learn something new. All right, second question, last question for this prompt. So let me know what you think, because for this one, I mean, it seems to me like I would just want to leave it how it is, especially with the way you're just explaining this. But the way they worded it, I'm not 100% on which option is to leave it how it is. But if you think of, if the strategy says do something different, please explain to me why and what your selection is. Knicks won it by 10. It's good to see the Knicks win, though. I've been watching them struggle for way too long. I feel like their time is here. Man. Those games, man. Game 3 and Game 4 in New York are going to be nuts. Dude, people are going to be showing up for that. Like, the energy in that building is going to be just off the charts, man. I wish I could go. I'm not even, like, I'm not like against the Knicks. I'm not a Knicks fan, but that would be a good event to go to. Knicks in 6. I definitely notice with each new thing I build, there's like a learning curve. Each new system, that first app, and now I understand it. Now I understand building bigger projects. I understand these business systems so much better. The right way to build them out. And these other businesses, I feel like it's gonna get easier and quicker to build each time. So I don't think I updated those environment variables. I remember briefly going over that yesterday, and they might already be updated, but explain to me what that was for, because I think it was something with Claude Design. But I'm not 100% sure that it was something that I needed to do. So help me understand this better. What do I need to change with that? And was that only on Vercel, or was it also in the actual project itself on VS Code that I need to add or change something? Well, that's right. It's just because you see a branch. But I can just, like I was saying it last night, I can just look at it from the local host. I don't need to do this. So basically the way I understand this is it's not necessary because I can just look at the changes on the localhost browser and they will be there. So I don't need to go and make these changes on Vercel, right? And the only difference is like seeing the changes on Vercel, but they would be the same changes I could see on the localhost browser. Let me know if I'm understanding this correctly. That's what I thought. Alright, so do I need to do anything? Just like refresh the localhost and then it'll have all the changes? Or do I need to tell Claude something to, looks like it's asking me to open a PR for this branch. So it sounds like I need to tell Claude something and then I can just refresh the localhost. Let me know. Welcome to the chat. Welcome back, Hattis. Respect and peace. How's everything going with you? What are you getting into? What are you learning? Oh, Javi D coming through at the same time. How you doing? Respect and peace. When you call me sir, I feel like the British people, how they it's like a rank. I'm not used to people calling me sir. I'm like, man, I feel like I'm in England. Thanks for asking. My mom's doing well. I went and visited her in the hospital today. And thank you for the prayers. Everything's going good. And you know, in life it's like seasons. It's so strange. Like, you know, everything. I feel like I just went through a season with a lot of forces stacked against me, and I persevered and I prevailed, and it came like kind of right when, you know, my inspiration, like I had just gone through a lot of hard times, and my inspiration came back. It was like I had a creativity block from going through certain things, and I just kind of had to like lay low and heal for a while. My inspiration came back. I really started like making progress, and then like some new obstacles came through. But I mean, I've been through so many other situations before I knew to just like, you know, keep focused on like my path, and that's what I did. And now like, you know, this first business is really like really coming through, really like getting to the final stages of it. My mom's health situation feels like the worst is over. She made it through like the worst situations and she's recovering well. I mean, it's like everything in life is just feeling like it's starting to like turn a new page to a new stage. And, you know, I just keep chilling like a sage and seeing through the fog and the haze. So everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. You know, I don't worry about a thing because I know I've been through everything and I wouldn't be here now still. But yeah, thanks for asking. And same vibes out to you guys too. You know, always respect and peace and everything, and you know, abundance above everything. You know, I like the community and the vibe, the co-creation. Definitely thanks to that. And you know, it's the new phase, getting to a new level. I feel like that's just a part of life, though. I mean, you know, the strongest soldiers get the hardest fights, but that just makes you stronger and better. And everything I go through really just like puts me on a new level once I get through it. And I never once gave up, never once sold out. So, you know, give thanks for that. Give thanks for all the guidance. Everything coming through at the right time when it's supposed to be. So I'm always giving thanks, even when something seems like it's like, you know, why me? This is unfair. It's like, all right, this is just part of the plan. This is just what I need to get to where I want to be. If I didn't have big goals and I didn't have big dreams, you know, life would probably be much simpler. But that's not what I want. I remember wishing and praying. Like I want an exciting life. I want a life full of events, and I've definitely had it. But if anything, I should have been more specific. Like I should have been like exciting life that's like always getting better. But I don't think life works out like that. I think if big things are gonna happen, you gotta go through stages that can prepare you for the bigger things and the bigger responsibilities. Alright, so definitely check through. Everything's looking good with this like first round of design changes. I did got the new design upgraded for version 1 for the landing page, and then now I just did it to the majority of the rest of the site. So I'm about to commit the first pass. And then a few more just smaller things to do with the design. Then I can go to the marketing and the CRM and put those in alignment too. And then I got just a few small things, changes with the site I want to make. A few marketing things to do. I'm ready to start the next business, the next phase. Alright, it looks like the commit went good and it pushed. Everything looks good. There were still a few more steps it needed to take. It looks like this is kind of like the main stuff, the foundation. But let's do the rest of those steps right now real quick while I'm in this design mindset. So I'm going to paste the results. Let me know where to go from here. If there's any more information you need from Claude 2 or anything from me, let me know. And I heard Hermes Agent has its own desktop browser now, which would make it easier for anyone to use, maybe get it out to more people. But I think the main thing is like understanding when to use it, because a lot of what I've seen, people are using it to do things that they could just do with a subscription that would be much cheaper. Those agents, though, that's like... Like, I gotta at least, like, build, yeah. I think that's gonna be my main project this weekend. Set up that first agent. Even if it's only just doing, like, one simple task. I just want to get it set up and get it working and, like, get comfortable with using it. I definitely have done, like, Obsidian was my last project. I'm definitely, like, switched over now to where I'm, like, checking Obsidian every day with my tasks. Starting to store the majority of my notes in Obsidian. And now I got that, like, workflow process down. Now I can start transferring over all my different areas of my life, the data to Obsidian. And really see, like, what it's capable of. I'm seeing that too, Javi. I'm seeing that those like Hermes agent, you know, will Hermes be the king forever? Who knows? But right now it sounds like Hermes is the best one of that type of agent. It quickly took over the spot from OpenClaw. OpenClaw, I think, had a lot of problems from the start. But yeah, Hermes sounds like the way to go. And that seems like, to me, all the research I've done is like the people at the top of this AI game are all about applying Hermes agents to whatever they're working on, to like make it, to help manage it, make it better. And you know, I think that's where it's going to be with businesses, which is like my main focus for this. Like, you know, there's all different areas of people building AI, but mine, I think my strongest point that I like creating and could create are these business systems. And now that I've created the systems as like a basic version 1, I just need to really get like used to like get them dialed in a little bit better, and then put Hermes on them, and then I think it's just like game over. Like, I get that workflow down and it's just like sky's the limit. You watched a Claude conference today and they're still figuring things out with agents and skills and tools themselves. That's what I hear. I hear it's still like nobody's really like got this stuff down yet. Like, people are still like figuring it out, and I'm like catching up to them. Like, I'm only like a couple steps behind where they're at, and everybody's also too using it for different things. And you know, I'll still be like paying attention to what other people are doing, but just like when I learn anything, I like to like I like to get lessons to get like the basic kind of things down, but I want to learn it on my own, because I feel like when I learn things on my own, I develop my own style. If I learn everything from somebody else, then I end up like with their style, but it maybe takes a little bit longer and more effort for me to learn something on my own. But then when I develop my own style, then like this wing foiling, man, like within a year, I was like, I really stayed dedicated to learning it. And like, I was doing things that people that like the best people out there that were like out there for years and years. I mean, that's a new sport, so it's really only been around for like 5 years, but like certain things I was able to do, like other people couldn't do. And it was because I wasn't like trying to follow the crowd. I wasn't trying to like copy anybody else's style. I just developed my own style. And like these things just happen naturally. So this is the same thing with this like investing business that I'm building right now. It's like, I feel like I understand this concept so well that I can like help teach other people how to create their own investing style that they're going to excel in better than you know, all the other information out there in education that's all like the same, you know, copy this style, like do what this person is doing, but that doesn't work. I feel like that it can work, but not as good as if someone learns themselves and does their own style. And Uber's AI bill, I did not hear about that. I'm guessing that's something with like their self-driving cars. 500 million on AI tokens because of rogue agents. Okay, I didn't hear that part, but I heard that so like their self-driving cars, when they were like at slow times when they were waiting for users, like they programmed it wrong. So instead of them just pulling over in a spot like, you know, most like drivers would do, like, you know, like hang out by the airport, wait for the next flight to come through. That's why whenever like I would land and a big flight would come through, like I would just wait like an hour and take my time to get to the exit and then call an Uber, because it'd be like half price because everyone's calling Uber at the same time. But anyways, these self-driving cars were like all driving in like the same neighborhood, just like, and this one neighborhood like got fed up because like it was like 100 or something like self-driving cars just all circling this one like what do you call it, like circle, cul-de-sac, whatever you call it. And the neighbors are like, what is going on? But I just recently heard that, so that's probably part of the problem. They didn't program it right. So like, I mean, that's cool for marketing to like be in a city and seeing these cars driving around with no one driving, but I mean, Ubers aren't out driving around with the real driver when they don't have a customer. I feel like they're like sitting and waiting for the customer. Oh, okay, so you heard about that one too. That must be the same thing then, the rogue agents. The second Uber blunder with AI. The first was when they used AI to do their earnings reports. Oh man. It hallucinated drastically and the stock went down over 30%. I believe that because I'm not, like, I really, taxes is like one of my least favorite things in the world to do. And I have friends and family who are like accountants. And they've been like telling me how bad AI is at like complex math at times. That it's like you have to constantly check everything it does with math, so it's easier to just still do the math on your own. And I wouldn't have known that if like I didn't know people in that doing that. I would have probably just tried it myself and trusted it. But that makes sense to me. And if you're like a company as big as Uber and AI as early as it is, it sounds like they're not learning their lesson. Sounds like they're the first thing was that tax issue, and then they just trust their cars. And that makes me not want to like, that makes me think twice before stepping into an Uber with no driver in it. Or Waymo. I've driven the not complete self-driven cars, but the ones that like, you know, stay in the lane. Like it won't drift out of the lane. And even that, I don't trust it. Like especially on the interstate going fast. Like, dude, I don't trust this thing. I'm not going to trust this thing with my life. The tax thing, it sounds like that was really early with AI utilization. You use it at work to create Python to SQL. The data part, eliminating hallucination, asking it to create the data on itself is just too risky. So I think you're saying that you're using AI to take the Python data and transfer it to SQL, but you wouldn't trust it to go and create all the data. I think that's what you're saying. If you give AI the data, it's likely to hallucinate. I see. So you give Python the data. So it's like, instead of feeding the data into AI directly, it's better to feed the data into Python and then use AI to transfer it from Python. Okay, so I've kind of done what you're talking about on a very small scale. Like, I don't have much data yet. And sounds like what you're saying, when you're dealing with millions of data buckets, then it's like a different game. And that would make so much more sense. And you've worked with this enough to know that asking it to give you the SQL for the data is good. And that's pretty much what I've been using it for. Like, my apps and my marketing dashboard and stuff collect the data. And then I'm having AI convert it to SQL for the database. But also, it sounds like what I'm doing is, like, I'm setting up new projects that don't really have much data. And probably a major thing with, I think what you're doing is, like, you already have a ton of data. And now that AI is there, now you can, like, put it into a better database to, like, store it easier and have AI run it. So it sounds like what you're doing is, like, transferring a ton of data that already exists, and I'm more like setting up databases for data that will be coming through in the future. So I'm, like, doing this from the start. But I know most of these businesses are going to have, I bet you that's going to be a major area of demand for businesses, is having AI structure their data differently so that it can use it better. Grok told you your database as is now will start hiccuping after 4,000 plus users. That's what I've heard too. I've heard that like the way I'm setting up this database and all my projects is right for right now. But then after I get to like a certain user amount, then it's gonna start to have problems, and then I need to like, I don't know if refactor it is the right word when it comes to databases. But I was like asking AI, I'm like, why don't I just do that now then? And they're like, no, you shouldn't do that now. That's like way too big of a job for where you're at. And you don't know. Basically, I think what he was saying is, I don't know how it's going to play out. So I won't know exactly how to do it until I get to that point where it, like, you know, starts having problems. But that being said, then that's something I can, like, from what I understand, I could, like, get a Hermes agent on that. And the Hermes agent could basically monitor that. And then, from what I understand, I mean, it could be able to like step in right at the exact correct moment and change the database structure for where it needs to be at the right time, instead of me waiting for something to break and then finding out what the problem is and then fixing it. So that's like, I think that's a good, probably would be a good use case for a Hermes agent. Boom. G8, G6, and then G7. Trying out the Grok terminal. Still have a few days left of Grok Heavy. What do you think of Grok compared to the other companies or agents? Do you see anywhere in particular that it's like it's better. Supposedly it can handle 1,000 agents without drifting. Okay. You have a book you need to rewrite, seeing how it can handle that. So far it's grinding. There you go. Because that's part of the new, we were just talking about that last night, the new Ultra Code with Claude can handle something like, it was saying, I think, like when I did the research, I think it was saying like 400 agents. Somebody in the chat was like, I don't know. They were talking about how they made it so they got 1,000 agents going, and they were saying that they like programmed their own kind of wrapper, it sounded like, on it, so that there's no hallucinations and no drift at all. And from what I heard, that's like no one's done that yet. So it was like, if you did that, if that's true, man, then you got a good product there. Like, and then I was like, why don't you put it on the market? And he's like, oh, I feel like it's too good to put on the market. And I'm like, I mean, I don't understand that logic, but if you're telling the truth, then that's pretty awesome. So what I understand, that's not possible. Grok is pathetic. That's what I keep hearing. And the few times I used it, seems like it just has better knowledge of what's going on X. So like if you're trying to use it on the X platform, then it's like, it's better for that, maybe. But like major stuff that you need to trust it, it sounds like everyone's saying is pretty bad. So that sounds like that guy last night that you're at least in some doubt of that story too. I felt like he was kind of trying to like promote it to me, to market to me. Like he wanted me to like ask him to like where can I get this? But I'm like I'll wait and see it. I'm like launch it and let me find it on Google, and let me know when you put it out there. Cause like if you think that it's like if it does what you say it can do, then I think you'd have no problem getting people to buy it. But if that's the case, then why are you coming on my channel and trying to give it to me? But who knows? Maybe the guy's a genius and he did what he said he did. I don't want to be the judge of that, but it just sounded off to me. But I don't know. You could launch it on Replit in a day and should let it ride. Exactly. People would know. People would figure it. People would know right away. And if it did what he said it does, I think it would take off so quick. Eyebrows fixed. That's what it's saying. I didn't even know what eyebrows were in regards to coding up until just now. I did like double check that. I'm like, what are they talking about? Um, I was doing some design work on my app, and it's talking about eyebrows, and talking about fixing eyebrows, distinguishing a genuine decorative section eyebrow from functional stat labels. Can you help me understand better what are eyebrows in this context? Thank you. An eyebrow, pre-header, or a kicker has nothing to do with facial hair. Eyebrow is a short snippet of text, often styled in all caps. Sits directly above a main headline or card title. Basically like a category label. Alright, Claude has a question for me. I think it's answer number 1, but I just want to be 100%, so let me know what you think. I definitely understand way better why they call them eyebrows now. And I think this is new with 4.8 with Claude, that I'm able to get auto mode on without having to go through plan mode first. And it seems like plan mode is not even like necessary anymore. Like the old flow with Claude going into plan mode and then just doing individual tasks like regularly, it seems like you can just do anything without plan mode now. And it's still asking like the same questions it would with plan mode before. And the main reason I was doing plan mode before was to access auto mode. But now I can just like turn on auto mode from the start and it just stops to ask me questions. How do I keep the motivation to keep going? I think it's a lot of things. Probably the main thing is like I'm doing what I feel like I'm called to do. I'm doing what I'm inspired to do. I know myself. I know if I were like working at a job and I was following orders all day, I would feel it would be hard to motivate myself. When I'm like staying inspired and staying on like my path that I feel like is my unique path, it's super motivating to me. Like I want to do this stuff. But if I were doing like, working on somebody else's goals, it would be super hard for me to stay motivated. I really like learning. I really like learning new things. I really like the tech trends. So like all this stuff is like super in line with like things I enjoy doing. And I've seen it so many times with people that start businesses because they know somebody else that made a ton of money doing this certain type of business. But they have no, like, they're not inspired by that type of work. It's not like what they would be spending their time on if they already like were like free financially. And they just like, they can't stand doing it. And so many people follow the money and they're not following like their vision. So I think that's the main thing, is just working on stuff that I feel like is like my vision, like my things that are like I get the inspiration to do certain things that I want to do. And the biggest bottleneck was just not having enough time and resources to do everything. And now that AI is like making that possible, like that helps so much, knowing like, okay, I feel like the majority of the learning phase is over. Like I'm getting this stuff now. Like even you're saying like, the people at Anthropic still haven't even like gotten the lock on like AI agents like Hermes and stuff. Like, and from what I'm learning, like that's still a wide open field. And I really want to get onto that, and I really want to like get on this business game to where I'm like, one of the top people in the game. And I feel like I'm getting close. And I feel like, the worst part in so many ways of my life, it's just like phases. Like I just went through a lot of bad things. I feel like that season is kind of coming to an end, and like I've went through and I've put in the work. And I've understood that because I've done that in so many different things. And I remember looking back at my life, like you know, back 15 years ago when I was like, I wasn't all in on the entrepreneur thing. Like, I knew that's what I wanted to do, but I was still like, part of me was like, that's not going to work. Like, I should get a job and just do the entrepreneur thing on the side. And, you know, then I can like fall back on the job if this doesn't work. But then I've worked so many different jobs, and the way I was treated at some of these jobs was just beyond insane. Like the stuff, like the evil stuff people were doing there. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna like gamble on myself. I'm just gonna like start this business, and I'm gonna give myself like a year and just like, you know, live off nothing. And that was one of the best decisions I ever made. And it gave me the freedom to go do what I wanted to do. Got really good at like all these extreme sports that I love. And looking back, if I wouldn't have made that choice and I would have just stayed like working and not gone to like do the things I love to do in life, man, it was worth it 1,000% over and over to take that risk. So I see it like, that's like fun to me. Like, life would be boring if I didn't like take these risks on myself and to do this kind of thing. So definitely motivation, staying in the game no matter what, just keep getting better. You've been getting super tired, home, family, work, and the app and life balance is hard. I hear you, man. It happens. I think the best thing I can say is like, that's only for a time. You know, got all these different areas. But maybe just have the intention to find ways where you can like combine those things better. Like, I try to do things where like, you know, if I have to go do stuff, I'll try to plan it so like I can like get multiple things done at the same time instead of just like doing one task at a time. You know, maybe find ways where you can make your home and family stuff part of a business you're doing. But that's, you know, that's life, I think. And I mean, you guys see me, like, I would be working some nights until like, I still do, like, work some nights until like 4 a.m., 6 a.m. just till I fall asleep. And then I might not get a full night's sleep, but I know like putting in the work now is the time to do this. I've seen it. I've been through so many of these cycles before to where I've been confident about a certain thing, like a certain trend, but I just didn't go all in on it. And I was right. And I look back like, man, if I would have only like just put everything in Bitcoin back in 2017 like I thought, but I was too afraid to do, and like if I would have only done this like I thought it was going to be, like I was right, I just didn't go all in on it. And now I'm like, the older I get, the more I'm seeing like, okay, like I need to trust my intuition. My intuition is usually right, especially when like other people are telling me like I'm wrong. Like I turn out to be right, and I just need to go all in on these things and trust my intuition. There you go. The app you're working on right now is a family app. So you can get your family involved with that. And I mean, you can spend time with your family, like creating that app. And You know, that's right there exactly what I'm talking about. Find ways to make everything align. And like I mean, I have my family. I don't have my own family, and I've never really had an intention. Like that's never been like a goal in my life. But I see, man, I have some of my really good friends. They all got families, and I go to visit them, and man, they're I don't know how they do it sometimes. Like they gotta work when the kids are sleeping. It's super hard for them to get anything done when the kids are running around. So I'm just like, you know, this is like my work kind of is my family right now. But like, who knows if that happens in the future? I would not be mad at it. I would just be like, that's part of life. That's like my plan. But right now, I'm just trying to build businesses around the things that I like to do. Stay motivated and educated. Perfect timing. Got back right when it got done. Alright, just got the results back from that last prompt. Seems like everything went well. It's telling me that I should commit, but I want to check it out first. So basically, from what it's telling me, I don't know exactly what to check. Can you give me like a quick list of everything I need to check? And if anything looks off, I'll just give you a screenshot and we can go from there. Yeah. Merge and push. Alright, that is done. I'm about to ship the results, or paste the results. Basically, it's saying the remaining brand work. Neon Navigator reskin phase. Help me understand what is changing. Like, seems like the stuff it's changing is like already what is there. And I don't know if this was actually part of the design stuff that I did yesterday, because it wasn't really, like, glass morphism wasn't used, I guess. But, I mean, the main thing is that everything is, like, in alignment. So let me know what you think. So I already checked out the tool page. Everything looks good to me. I definitely want to keep working. Energy's good, still feeling good, so keep on going and keep on flowing. Let's get the next step going. Compacting the conversation for the first time. Do you think that any other sections of this could be done at the same time with multiple agents? I'm not sure how many more steps there are with this redesign. But if they're all working in different files, then I'm guessing that's a possibility. Let me know what you think. Alright, so I've been using Obsidian for about 2 weeks now, and I've been doing it pretty much daily for the task stuff. And it is definitely better than what I was doing before. I still have a decent amount of notes in my phone, and I still put notes in my phone when I'm away from my computer, but I'm getting in the habit of putting notes into Obsidian. So let me know what you think is next. I want to find more ways to use Obsidian. Everything looks good. I want to know more about Obsidian. I just started using it just for tasks. Like, I'm just using it on a daily basis to write down like the things I want to get done that day and crossing them off, and storing ideas, using it like as like a to-do list. So now that I'm getting that down, like, what are the other main features of Obsidian that I could learn and implement? The main thing that like seeming like the main goal, the reason I started building it in the first place and setting it up, was that I could just have like all the data, maybe not all the data, but the main points of like everything I'm doing in every area of my life. And it's like a second brain, and I can go reference stuff, and I could like, maybe the main part I don't understand is how it can pick up on things that maybe I'm not seeing. So let me know what you think. Obsidian is something else. I don't have it hooked up to my streaming yet, but just saw the network view for the first time. It's like showing all my thoughts arranged. I was like, whoa, that is cool. Getting the guru insight for Obsidian. The mind is meant for vichara, discrimination and higher reasoning, not for heavy lifting or cold file storage. Trying to remember every idea across 3 apps causes massive mental friction. Obsidian acts as Chitta, the clear memory bank. When you externalize your thoughts into linked markdown notes, you quiet the background noise of the mind. This frees up 100% of your present awareness to flow directly into whatever it is you're focused on. So here's the main thing I think I'm getting that I didn't understand before is that Obsidian itself isn't like finding these connections. Obsidian itself just stores the data that I give it. And it's not just like a to-do list that it stores. People also use it as more like a journal. Like reflecting on like strengths and weaknesses and what they're dealing with in life and mood, energy level, stuff like that. But it's when you hook it up with AI. So like, because I'm building it through Claude Code as a project, so like, I don't ask Obsidian to find these things, and Obsidian doesn't find these things on its own. I run the project through Claude Code or any other agent, and then I would reason with the agent about finding things. Am I understanding this correctly? And is there any more advice you can give me based on this? So when I didn't get this. I'm like, why is Obsidian asking me about like my energy level and my mood? Because it picks up on, if I use the AI with it, it can tell like certain tasks will like affect my mood and my energy level. But it's not just that. It can go into like, then it shows how that affects maybe like the next day or the next week. And it's finding like, if you do these certain tasks like this time of the week, then it'll have a negative effect. Certain tasks are better if you do them at the end of the week, right before you're about to take a break. Certain tasks bring your energy up. They're better to do at the beginning of the week. And I feel like this is like, you know, necessary for the styling and the design, but I can tell this is not like, I thought I would enjoy this a lot more than I do. I'm really seeing that building these business systems is like, that's where I'm really like getting the most fulfillment. But live and learn. Now I know. And it's good to know I'm almost done with this. I made it through the most of it. Okay, so I'm thinking the next step to like this obsidian flow would be having an agent, like a Hermes agent. So is this something people do? Is this possible? And what I'm thinking, like, if I had a Hermes agent, maybe it could even like be kind of like a personal assistant to where it sees what I'm doing and it can like help me do some of these tasks, especially if I was find a way to make it have access to a browser and still like be secure in regards to security issues. Help me understand this better. This is something else. Just reading what is possible. But I would have to say, I think I'm going to call it for today. Hopefully you got a lot of value of what I had to say and do. And, you know, stay in tune. Something will be coming new soon. Just really, like, seeing what's possible here. I feel like it's so good to feel like I've, like, come so far to understanding, like, the foundation of all this stuff. And now I can really, like, go into, like, the next frontier of what people are doing. And really start using these agents and seeing what's possible, how, like, can take so much work off my hands that I would have had to pay a personal assistant to do. And, like, wow, can't wait to start building this stuff. So it's been good, it's been great. So I'm out for tonight. Feeling alright. Have a good night, everybody. Or whatever time it is, wherever you're at.